This video is sponsored by Lattedriven.co.uk. Hey there, welcome to Chem Eng Weekly. El mundo de ingeniería química es muy grande, con muchas industrias en lugares diferentes, y vamos a mirarlos en este video en los 6 continentes। ਉਦਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਉਦਯੋਗ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਭਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਹਨ, ਪਰ ਕਈ ਥਾਵਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਉਦਯੋਗ ਦਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮਹੱਤਵ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ। Given how there are many different companies and sectors that make up the chemical engineering landscape around the world, it won't be possible to cover every single one in detail in this video. But if you do feel anything has been missed out or deserves a mention, give a shout out in the comments down below. इसके साथ हम अब वीडियो के मुद्दे पर जाते हैं कि केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग की दुनिया कैसे दिखती है। Looking to the first continent in Europe, we can see that a lot of big companies are headquartered within these regions. The largest owners of these companies seem to be focusing on precious metals, feedstock production and refinery, given how there's a big hub for material science within Germany, a lot of fuel and refinery within the northern regions of Scandinavia, as well as large pharma concentrations within the UK. There is a large focus on raw material production as well, given the mineral wealth within Europe, and these are then taken on further to help produce fertilizer companies. This is because Europe has a very rich and deep history of agriculture, so to facilitate this, it would have to look into fertilizer production and maintenance within the companies it employs. The largest companies by sales in the region contain BASF, Ineos, Bayer, Air Liquide, Umsicht, Syngenta and Johnson Matthey amongst others, and this shows the onus of Europe being very large on headquartering and refinery rather than extraction. Looking to North America and the strong economies that hold both America and Canada together, as well as the other regions within the continent, you can see why it is quite obvious that this is the biggest hub for oil refinery in the world, competing against really the Middle East. The vast landscape and different biomes makes it a very versatile place for chemical engineers to work, meaning you have a wide scope of industry based within North America. A lot of pharma and biopharma operations and R&D occurs in the Americas, with the big pharma companies like J&J, Moderna and Pfizer all based within America having a large number of labs there, showing the onus is on definitely pharmaceuticals. But alongside this, it also holds a rich history of biorefinery and extraction, with large companies like Chevron, ExxonMobil, a large number of BP sites, LyondellBasell, as well as many synthetic and material science companies like Dow and DuPont operating in the region. You also have water treatment companies like Ecolab operating in North America, showing there is definitely a wide range of industrial sectors based within the American North region. Of course, this does not mean it's simply restricted to these, because one of the biggest commercial producers in Procter & Gamble also situates its sites up there. Looking to Africa and the Middle East, this is where you'll see more of the classically quantified industries of oil and gas, as well as material extraction, seen more prevalently. Many countries have actually nationalised their industries within these regions, giving a lot of money to their economy and strengthening them on that respect. And you can see that some of the more independently run companies, like Saudi Aramco's company called Savich, and South Africa's Sasol company, both industrialising large quantities of synthetic materials, raw feedstocks, and oil and gas, as well as material science-based construction materials and other things. There is very much a large onus on the extraction of raw materials, refining them to industrial grade and giving them out to companies and countries around the world for further production. We interrupt this video with a word from our sponsors, Lattedriven.co.uk. Lattedriven is an online article feed where students can write articles about things they are interested in and have their family, friends, peers and others view for free. A wide range of categories are catered for, from technology and science to engineering and medicine, and anybody can become a barista at the Lattedriven website. Lattedriven aims to inspire students and spread information and knowledge through their website. Why not check it out? The link is in the description below. Now, back to the video. The importance of languages can never be underestimated, especially with the utility it can have towards a CV or a job application. However, scientifically speaking, it's also shown to have many benefits, such as increased memory, better concentration, an improvement in literature and communication skills, as well as advanced critical thinking. So I would definitely recommend learning another language. In regards to South America, there's always been a large drive, given the agricultural history within South America, towards biorefinery and biofuel production, given the hotter climates within those regions, and therefore this makes it more possible to operate like this. Everybody has read at some point about how Brazil is one of the leading manufacturers of bioethanol within vehicle transportation fuels, so it comes as no surprise then that biorefinery giants also operate in this area, with BP having many hubs within the South America region, as well as Ingredion, Credion and other fertilizer and agricultural sided industries also operating here. However, as with the Middle East and Africa, there are also many nationalized industries. Water treatment also has a bright future within these regions, because as countries develop, they need to scale up with their water supplies, and this is where the engineers can come in handy. Looking to the vast expanse that is Asia, there's a lot of differentiation within the countries within Asia, given how their economies have always been towering and very competitive on the global market. And therefore it comes as no surprise that within Asia, the depth and breadth of the sectors and industries explored is almost rivaling to the top world producers. Asia houses some of the biggest mass production companies within the world, especially within pharma, such as Dr. Reddy's and other pharma companies using their industrial plants to help supply their clients worldwide. However, it is not just all about pharma, because within Asia, given how there's a rich history of engineering and mechanical engineering sectors, there are a lot of support industries set up with this regard, such as the Mitsubishi company within Japan that helps to house its accommodating industry for cars and other engineering prospects. They also expand into electronic support industries and fuel and petroleum, because this is where some of the greatest R&D work in these fields occurs. The biggest companies within the regions are actually global. However, some of the more homegrown companies include Reliance Industries, Mitsubishi Chemicals, Dr. Reddy's as I've already mentioned, LG Chemicals and Formisa Plastics. Rounding off the 6 continents is Oceania. So within Oceania itself, we'll be looking at New Zealand, Australia and some of the smaller islands that are located in that region of the world. Oceania leads the way within green energy and refinery of fuels, as well as looking at the metal industry and commercial good production, which is why you have Western Australia as a major hub of green fuel production, with Rio Tinto being a mainstay company. You also have your nationalised industries within these regions, but you also have large consortium groups like Alexium Industries that help to produce and manufacture chemical feedstock supplies. And as I mentioned before, Rio Tinto, which as we know are very big on aluminium control and production. So as we have seen, without going into too much depth, the industries across the world are quite varied and different, with different onuses in different regions placed depending on climate, economy, supply and demand, and other ideas that dictate how the industry within a region works. From this, it's definitely safe to say that the world of chemical engineering is quite varied across the globe. And so for that, it's definitely worth exploring further if you're interested. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to like it if you enjoyed it, and leave your comments and suggestions down in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow us on our social media channels, and if you click here or here, you can watch another one of our videos. Click up here to subscribe, and thank you very much.